There is absolutely no limits to what we can do if we put our minds to it. And if we have the burning desire enough and the persistence enough, we can accomplish anything. I believe this because I've done this. People can argue with your results and say you can't have anything you want, and that's relatively true. But there's so much that you can give yourself in here, and in here, and in here, that all of it is within your grasp for yourself. And it has to be for yourself and for your sake, not for anybody else's. But people get discouraged because it doesn't work fast enough. It's very much like dieting, I guess, People can bust their ass in the gym for a week or 2 or 3, and they don't see the results that they want in the time frame that they want, so they give up and they quit. Say, well, this doesn't work. I can't do it. I can't stick with it. It takes a lot longer than that. And depending on the subject matter that you're trying to deal with or work with, sometimes it can take even longer. I've accomplished things in my own personal growth that are amazing, absolutely amazing, but they did not come easily, not at all. They were a lot of hard work and persistence and determination and courage is the only thing that won out for me. And I know that I have many more battles to fight for myself, to overcome things that are deep-seated in my 29-year-old body, mind, and psyche, and everything. Things that I wasn't even given the remote opportunity to understand as they were happening to me. But we can do anything we want, as long as we're willing to work at it hard enough. Anybody. We can change who we are. We're always growing, we're always changing, we're always adapting. And we can be anything we want to be here and in here. Can I be a gymnast? No, not really. I might be able to. My body might be able to do that. I don't know. But, there's some things which are just, out of the realm of possibility. But that's not the kind of shit I'm talking about. I'm kind of talking about up here and in here. And everything that we are and everything that makes us up as an individual and everything that we do and everything we think and everything we feel. It's all in front of us. It's all laid out. It's all afforded to us if we just know where to look and are determined enough to look hard enough. We can be so much more than we are. People settle for less. I know, I have. I've settled for less for years. And somewhat, I am still settling for less. This is not the life that really fulfills me, but slowly, over time, I have built my life into something that satisfies me, somewhat at least. And, the changes that I've made in the past 10 months, 6 months especially, are absolutely groundbreaking and earth-shattering. And because I wasn't afraid to meet them, to face them, I was at one point. I've encountered things where my fear held me back. I was afraid to speak up. And it cost me dearly. And I will not forget that lesson. Never. harsh lessons learned. But sometimes that's how we have to learn them. There's so much more. There's so much more to learn and to experience. And I can do it. But it takes time. And only patience and persistence will pay off. Burning desire and determination. There's a thing called the law of gestation. Things take time. A baby takes 9 months to cook. Crops take a certain amount of time to grow, to be at the right point for harvest. And if we try to reap those benefits too early, then we end up with an inferior result. Premature or stillborn baby, or, shitty crops. Time is kind of irrelevant somewhat. We can't dictate the amount of time that it takes for some things to happen. Some things are just out of our control. The only thing we have control of is ourselves. Here. Us. We don't control anything else. And we certainly don't control anybody else. It's fucking wrong. Nobody else is in our control. Nobody. And they shouldn't be. And neither are we under anybody else's control. We have the power to make ourselves happy. But we also have the power to make ourselves unhappy and to keep ourselves unhappy. If we ignore ourselves and ignore what we're feeling and ignore our intuition and our guts and our instincts just because something is comfortable, just because something feels safe, just because it's status quo, then you're making your own bed of shit to stay in. How long it's going to take for you to overcome certain obstacles and certain just things in our life, whether it be logistical or personal or mental or emotional, it's all on us to work at it and to understand and to work through it and to meet it with courage and not be crippled by fear. Absolutely. We're so afraid of losing what petty amount of shit we've acquired and what tiny amount of status that we've obtained. What the fuck does that shit matter? You can do anything you want to. I can do anything I want to. But you have to want it bad enough. That's all there is to it. That's like the secret of life, in my opinion. In my present opinion, as a 29-year-old male. At this point in life, that's how I think and that's how I feel. And I will endeavor to continue to grow and learn and push forward. Every time I answer a question, it seems like there's two more. And I love that. I've undertaken some expeditions, I'm losing my train of thought, where it just keeps going and going and going and going. And every time I put something down on paper, more comes up, and more possibilities come up, and more things come up, and more... It's just amazing. I think that's all I have to say about that right now.